Hello gamers and welcome back. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name, and we are rank 6. We actually 0 stars into rank 6, so if we lose this one, we go back to 7, so hopefully we can win this one, and we're going to be playing some Malygos Druid. Again, this is one of the decks that I'm not very familiar with right now. We haven't played a ton of it, so I am no super professional at it, but we're getting better at it, no doubt. We're understanding the inner workings of the deck, when and when not to do things. I think we're going to get rid of everything here, besides the wild growth. Raven Idol is just something we want that more in. If we wouldn't have drawn the wild growth, then I would have held on to the Raven Idol. But the fact that we have the wild growth, we don't need the Raven Idol right now due to the fact that it's not going to... We don't know what we need from it, right? Like, we have what we need so far. Because now we have Wild Growth on 2, and then we have the Savage Combatant on 4, which is nice. So we're just going to hold off. There's no point to coin Wild Growth because that gives us 3 mana, and there's no 3 mana play. So it looks like he ripped the Wild Growth, so he's obviously a very good Druid player as well. Living Roots is okay. It might combo well with Fandral. Like, let's say we might have to Fandral coin Living Roots, depending on what he plays. But I don't think so. I don't think there's any 2 mana shit. Oh, double Wild Growth. This guy is a god. Alright, so if this guy whips the Emperor into the Nourish, he's by far the best Druid player we've gone against in some time. I think we're also gonna go with the ramp as well. So we're both at the same stage. We could have gone with the Savage, but the Savage doesn't do anything. It just dies to the swipe. So now if he plays Emperor, we can actually go Savage Combatant, Hero Power, and kill it or whatnot. All right. Oh my goodness gracious. So we could go Fandral, Living Roots. This would cost 8, and then we couldn't. Oh man. So this would make it cost 1. So this Hero Power. We also could Feral Rage, which is not bad. I actually like that. Yeah, this worked out pretty well. Get some armor. We killed off his Azure Drake. We developed Fandral. We kept the 3/3 on the board. Next turn we can go into Savage Combatant, Hero Power, Living Roots for 5 damage, develop 2 1/1s, but those just die to swipe. But, oh gosh, there's his Fandral. Will we see his Feral Rage? Oh boy, we do. And he's gonna go ahead and deal the, this doesn't kill that though. Oh, Innervate Hero Power. So it looks like he had the broke back start just like us, but it looks like we're gonna deal 5 damage to this as well. So hopefully we didn't need the Malygos OTK. Because that's not what's happening here. I guess we could swipe Hero Power, but I think this is by far... Yeah. I think this was much better. Now we have double swipe in our hand. That's an 8 damage burst right here with an Innervate. Just a soul Innervate. So we need Nourish. Nourish would make us come back here. Of course, he's got the Nourish. So now we need to draw into Nourish, and we would literally be broke backing the shit out of each other. If he probably just goes face here, wow, he's gonna attack the Savage, which means, oh, okay. It looked like he'd target this, and then I was gonna say it has Wrath. Oh my god, we are broke backing the shit out of each other right now. We just both keep drawing like exactly what we need to succeed. There's the Malygos. So I guess we could... Yeah, innervating out the Drake is fine. Puts more pressure on the board. Oh my gosh. This is just back and forth. Alright, what do you got? You have like Malygos Moonfire? Oh gosh, that'd be disgusting. Alright, Curator. So we actually could go Malygos Moonfire this and just push face, because he doesn't run Mulch. Or we could swipe this. I mean, how much is double swipe? I mean, this is 10. And then it's gonna do 2 to this. Then I put this at what, 4, and then 2, and then this face, and that would be, oh my gosh, that's so much damage. But we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna play the Malygos. Yeah, we're just gonna kill this with a 0 mana, deal 7, and then we're just gonna go face. My turn is over. Oh, the Kansami die. He's a broke back ass Druid, man. 0 mana, do 7 damage. Now I know how the Shaman players feel. Just kidding, this deck is, I would have to say, a lot harder than the Shaman decks. Not this game, or not that particular game, but the deck in general I think is harder to maneuver than the fucking mid-range Shaman who just plays itself. Alright, so Moonfire's not exactly what we want. The Mire Keeper is good ramp, the Innervate's nice, and the Swipe is nice. So I think everything here is okay. Yeah, I think this is a good opening hand against Zoo. When are they gonna make a new Druid portrait? It's been like that for a long time. So I don't think we're gonna Innervate coin the Mire Keeper. I think we're just gonna Innervate Mire Keeper. Because Innervate coin Mire Keeper with no follow-up on turn, what would it be? It'd be turn 3, right? Same thing as coining out the Wild Growth. So it's like, it doesn't really give us a whole lot. If we played like a good 3-drop, like a Twilight Elder, it would make sense, but no Twilight Elder for us. Also, there's some comments. Veron Van Kieneke. He asked, when did you change your channel? This channel was created about a month ago, I want to say, in response to some actions that were taken beyond myself. So this channel needed to be made, basically, for the safety of me. But yeah. I forgot what your new channel was. It took me a while to figure out, but I finally found you. Nice to hear your voice again. Glad to have you back. Awesome. Zebzilla awesome. So glad to have you back. Oh gosh, the mini fridge is going, guys. I'm gonna go turn that mini fridge off for you guys. I keep forgetting. I need to clean the thing because right now, before I would never attempt to clean the mini fridge because I had no idea how refrigeration worked. But now that I work with my uncle and we work with refrigeration all the time, you see this mini fridge is something that it could be my first attempt into building something great. I'm just kidding. We wouldn't build anything. We would just clean it up. Wild Growth is much better than innervating out the Mire Keeper. This is the good Druid this game knows we are. Alright, be right back. I don't know if the mini fridge has like condenser coils or like it has some filters that need to be cleaned, but it's been sitting in that corner doing whatever the mini fridge does for like a very long time now. Like I've never cleaned the thing once. This thing, this Twilight Elder needs to die. We could go with like the Mire Keeper ramp. But I really don't like it. We go with the Swipe, and I really don't like that either. I mean, a Swipe's not too bad, knowing that we can cycle the Wrath for bigger and better things later on, but I think just dealing 3 damage to this and then using our hero power is fine. Due to the fact that, first of all, we have another Wrath in our hand, we want to hold Swipe, there's no reason to innervate, and then the Raven Idol can be used with the Fandral later on. But we know he's playing Cthulhu Warlock, which is... we don't really see that much on ladder, so I'm not really sure how to play against it. Obviously, OTK is something we want to look for when he gets to around that 15-20 HP mark. So it looks like Mire Keeper for ramp looks like a pretty good play here. We also could go Wrath, hero power. We also go Mire Keeper ramp, innervate, Wrath for 1 hero power. That just feels like a lot of stuff for like not a lot of action. And we go Azure Drake. We drew all of our ramp. We drew double Wild Growth. We drew Mire Keeper, and we have an Innervate in our hand. So the only thing left in our deck is an Innervate, which means the rest of the good shit is left in our deck, which is good. So next turn we could go double ramp, but I don't think that does anything because we have nothing big to play in our hand. We also have to be careful of Siphon Soul with this Warlock. Because if we play Malygos and it gets Siphon Souled, or we play Sylvanas and then like Power Overwhelming Sylvanas takes our Malygos, we lose. Which means when we play Malygos, we have to win. Okay. So Swipe's looking pretty good. Never mind. Well, this could trade here. We could swipe that now. We could Wrath it for 4 and hero power to take it down. But then this can't contest into there. So actually, there's a lot of merit to that. And we can also, but if we do this for 4, Then we can't play the Mire Keeper. We'd have to innervate. And I kind of want to save the innervate for Malygos, right? Or do we just hold off on that? Because we can like double Living Roots. Yeah, we want to save the innervate for Malygos. He already has shown he doesn't have a great way to deal with the Azure Drake, so keeping it alive doesn't feel that bad. And again, like I said, I want to keep the coin and the innervate for when Malygos comes out, because if we can get another Living Roots from the Raven Idol or a Moonfire, or if, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think keeping it's just best right now. We'd make a 2-2 from this. I don't even know how to 2-2 because he can Hellfire, right? Hellfire would just kill all of this. So I guess we just Raven Idol now. But we can Raven Idol when we get Fandral. It all depends what we draw. This we can cycle. Curator's awesome. The Curator grants us the Malygos, and it works on curve, but it doesn't keep our Drake alive. So I think we're gonna go with this route or by this particular play. And we can still, if we hero power, we know we're gonna hero power. So that puts us at 3. Which means this, we can play this next turn anyway. Do we want to use one Raven Idol? We don't want a Wild Growth because it doesn't give us anything. We still know we're going to play the Giant. I mean, I guess we could coin the Mire Keeper, but then he just Hellfires. He doesn't want a Hellfire, and we'd force him to Hellfire. But then he goes down to 13. We play Curator. That means we'd need a Raven Idol once. I think we can Raven Idol once. We'll save this one, though. I think we're going to go with the Starfire. Reason being is that it's more draw. And it can be used on face. This Azure Drake is putting in a lot of work. Yeah, we can actually just Starfire that. We also can see what this guy brings out. But we know this has to die. Swipe. Can actually coin into the Arcane Giant, which would force him to Siphon Soul. This can live, or we can go Barnes, which dies to a... No, that would cost 12, then those cost 1 each. Barnes is the better play. Oh, now we could coin into Raven Idol. Goremonger's pretty good. I think Innervate's the better play here. We go Wisps. I don't think this field is gonna live. So we got back the Innervate we used, and we gained a Goremonger. I think that's pretty value. So I can see a Hellfire Mortal Coil here. The Mortal Coil, oh, he targeted this, which means he has a Mortal Coil in his hand, but he doesn't have the Hellfire. Oh, okay, the Demon Wrath, okay. And there's the, he used Siphon Soul? Wow, he used the Siphon Soul on that? We're definitely gonna throw down the Curator now. Well, if we throw down the Curator, I mean, no, we shouldn't Innervate first, yeah, so we're gonna Curator. There's Malygos. Double Innervate. I really don't find a problem with innervating out the Arcane Giant. Oh, we just go for the OTK, but then he's just gonna play Reno. This is fine. It's put down a lot of pressure, so if we Twisting Nethers, then it forces him, then we know he doesn't have a response to Malygos besides Sylvanas. That would be his only out, is Sylvanas. And it also forces him to have Twisting Nether, or BGH or something like that. And the reason we wanted a Curator then is so we can start drawing into these guys, which means we're going to have only burn spells left and more draw. So we don't have to worry about actually drawing. Because the later we wait with the Curator, the more of a chance we have to draw the cards that we can just get from him anyway. Instead of just, like, we wait too long, we only maybe get one a card from him instead of two. So there's Twisting Nether. So now we can go ahead and just play more shit if we want to. Like, Malygos just feels bad. Savage Combatant doesn't feel too bad. This guy's pretty annoying. We could have cycled Wrath, but I think putting 1 damage onto him is good because we actually have 12 damage, or 9 damage burst right here through Feral Rage swipe. Which means he's gonna probably Reno soon. Oh, if he has it. It's a pretty annoying card for him to get rid of, to be honest. The second he plays Sylvanas, though, then we know he has 0 response to Malygos. Unless he like Cthunes, and Cthulhu happens to hit him every single time, even though it's not big enough. Alright, so that's 6 HP that we're going to have to get past. We can draw into... Ooh, Shambler. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Combos, boys. Copies the stats, but not the ability, so we don't have to worry about this buffing the Cthulhu. But if this does... his Cthulhu's a 9/9 right now, so we have to be careful about that. So here's 6 damage burst with him. This is 3. This would be 5. I think we can cycle. I think that's fine. Because this puts this to 1. And then if we swipe this, this is at 4. Kills that, puts it to 2. So I think... Yeah, I think this is okay. Alright. So we're setting up for lethal now. He already used his big field clear. His Cthulhu's only an 11/11. We have 10 stats on board, which means the likelihood of killing both creatures are extremely low. And as long as one creature lives, we can swing face, Malygos, Moonfire, and then go with the Innervate Feral Rage for the GG no re. So we'll see what happens. But even like, I guess Sylvanas PO, but that doesn't stop it either. Like, he has to play either a big taunt, another field clear, or kill both these creatures, which would be the field clear. Or he has to gain life. So I guess he could Reno as well, because you know he plays Reno, because he plays a bunch of 1-ups. More than halfway through his deck, taps, which means he either has Reno or he's looking for the Reno. Or we might just see the Kansami Da. This card is so interesting. Like, it was not seen for the longest time. Like, Malygos Druid was always just like a funny kind of gimmicky deck for a really long time, and now some reason it has somehow made it to like one of the best decks out. It's so strange. All right, so it has 7, which means we're gonna have to get past it somehow. There's the double Moonfire. Don't want to Malygos just yet. I mean, we could Malygos and Hero Power and do all this shit, but I just don't feel like it's worth it. So it'd be at 4. If we attack this, it doesn't kill it. Feral Rage, Hero Power puts it at 5. Well, Feral Rage puts it, I guess that's exactly at 7. I mean, we could cycle first, though, with Wild Growth. Another Feral Rage. It's a lot of burst. So we attack this into here. This goes at 4. If we attack this in there, it's prone to Hellfire. So I think we attack this into here, and then this goes face. Because both being at 4, He can't Hellfire, which like Hellfire doesn't kill him both. But he hasn't used Mortal Coil. He also hasn't used Soulfire yet. So I guess if he plays a 4-attack creature, it would be like Twilight Drake. But we wouldn't have a great way to get rid of Twilight Drake anyway. So it'd be Drakes and then like Shadow Flames. That's pretty good for us. But we still have to be careful about Sylvanas. We have Innervate, so we're just waiting on Living Roots, which I don't think we've... There's actually 2 Nourishes still left in our deck, which is draw 6. So there's Bran into Doom. Okay. That's pretty scary. That is pretty scary. So we know this is happening. Oh, I don't think we Nourish. Because we would swing Mire Keeper for the 2, Hero Power to kill this. So that's 6. Or we could just choose to go face. Could literally just Feral Rage this. Keep the 2/1 alive. Nourish and look for the OTK. We're gonna look for the OTK. Oh boy. Okie dokie. So we're definitely gonna see a Cthulhu drop here, but we just need 1 more Living Roots, right? Because this is 12 and then Living Roots would be 7. So, no. We need one with a little bit more damage than that. There's Sylvanas. There's the Power Overwhelming to take our 8/8. Kind of saw that coming. That's why we didn't play Malygos for a very long time. Here's Living Roots. So let's calculate the damage here. So this is 6, 7, 13. No, that's 12 and then 7. My bad. Still not enough. It's 19 and he's at 20. Oh man. And he had played the taunt, so we can't Hero Power to kill. So I guess we have to Rag, right? But if Rag, that's a lot of damage because then he's just gonna Cthulhu. Because he can attack. Cthulhu's a 16/16 and we basically just lose. Fuck. We got fucked by Sun Fury Protector. Unless we have to Malygos to I mean, it's not if Rag kills the 8/8. What a bad way to lose. Why the fuck is double Nourish all of our burst at the bottom? It feels bad. Go, go, go. Alright, Rag, hit the 8/8. No! No, no, I think we've lost. No, 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 Cthulhu's only like an 18. I think we're gonna be at 1 HP. I think we won. Because he's at 12, and then this does 12 burst. Unless he just wins. I don't know how much his Cthulhu is. It's like an 18, right? Or if it's 19. It's exactly 19. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? Come on, dude. That is so dumb. That's fucking stupid. That is fucking dumb. We had set that up so nicely. So it came down to 1 HP. I know at one time in that game we could have squeezed out somehow 1 more damage. Or we could have reduced the damage we took by 1. That is, we literally had 1 damage off lethal, and then his Cthulhu was exactly the amount to kill us with his current field. So if Rag wouldn't have gone face, we would have won. If Rag would have hit either creature, we would have won. That sucks. It's a sucky way to lose. Okay. So Raven Idol is okay to keep because we don't have Innervate or Wild Growth. Yeah, I guess it's fine. I mean, we basically named everything that he's going to do that game. Sylvanas PO to take a big card. Yeah, I thought he was going to use it on Malygos, but we purposely never played Malygos for that reason. We were setting up, having to draw all of our big shit first. And, all right, give me a Wild Growth. Or an Innervate. Or none of the above. So either take Mulch if we think he's playing, like, Rag and all that shit, or we take the Starfire just to deal damage to face. I don't know. I'm gonna take Mulch just because it gets rid of anything for the cheap, that low of 3 mana. Maybe he's control, then I guess we maybe should have taken the damage one. Moonfire doesn't help us. Oh, doesn't help us yet. And double Arcane Giant in the opening draw is also not very good. Okay, so it looks like he is playing the aggro version. Oh my god, we've got nothing to do but kill you. So I guess next turn's Coin Ezreal. As soon as we can throw it, like, this is so bad. Like, this is just tragic. Everything else I can play with, but having cards that literally can be, like they do nothing. Like, this will never be anything for a long while. Oh my god, Malygos, what are you doing to me? You need to give me the good stuff. Like, this is the good stuff I needed 2 turns ago. You're fucking me, deck. You fucked me last game. You're fucking me again this game. Double Nourish and all of my burst in the bottom 10 cards of my deck. Blood Ichor builds him a nice board. He can actually War Axe this too. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Cheez-Its. Do we just go ramp and just play big shit? Like, we have every single large minion in our deck, in our hand. Besides Rag, which we'll draw now. Ooh, Innervate. So what does Innervate do? So, I mean, if we go for cards, we can Innervate Wild Growth. Then we would be able to play 3, which would make these cost 6, which means that we would have 7 mana next turn. We're at 26 life, so we're not that scared of dying yet. If we give this for mana, we get put at 7, then 8, 9. Then we can Malygos. Malygos can Moonfire the 3/6. So I think okay. The only reason is because we have the biggest cards in our deck in our hand. Is that normally you always go for draw, but we're gonna test out if we can get lucky. All right, so if we can draw the next Moonfire or Living Roots, then we can do big things. We can go Malygos, Moonfire the 3/6, and do some good stuff. But we're taking a lot of damage quickly. Rag. Rag's pretty good. But Rag's not a guaranteed kill. And it doesn't, yeah. Hopefully he wants to trade into the Malygos really bad. Oh man, just don't have execute and just can't deal with it. Just trade creatures and do nothing. Oh god, you've got to execute. Alright, have mercy. Alright, Rag, you're gonna have to kill this 4/3 for me, buddy. I mean, we also could Arcane, we can Mulch, Arcane Giant, Arcane Giant. Ooh, we can also swipe. So, we could swipe. Can swipe, Mulch, Arcane Giant, but we're not gonna do that. Another reason we swipe is because I can't guarantee that Rag will kill that. We also could have, like, Rag, Innervate, Mulch, but then that's just a losing play. Oh man, this guy's going in right now. This guy is going in. So this is gonna make that trade. Wild Growth for cycle. Doesn't seem too terrible right now. Could go Rag, kill this. Hopefully Rag hits that. If it doesn't, we lose, which means we are forced to mulch, which means we're not gonna be able to Rag unless we like mulch this, swing, innervate, Rag. Or we play the other giant. Fuck it. I have faith. I have faith we will draw what we need. We can go Inception. Because Wrath doesn't do anything besides cycle. Oh god, we're running out of time! Running out of time! Ugh. I think it's fine. Okay. Oh boy. Hopefully you don't have Arcane Reaper. Hopefully you do not have the Reaper or the Hellscream. I guess we could have innervated Hero Power just to play around Hellscream. So that would have been better. He does have a dragon, which means he could have a Deathwing, which means we're gonna hold back on the Rag. Using this to cycle doesn't feel that terrible. Another innervate. Not so helpful. So we'd have one more armor if we would have used an innervate. We were looking for a Feral Rage there. Feral Rage, another Raven Idol, but we have to be careful about Deathwing because now we can actually Rag, innervate, mulch, get rid of Deathwing. And that's why we pick mulch. That is why we picked mulch. Anything going on? Ravaging Ghoul. Ravaging Ghoul. So it's better to make the trade with the other one, but I didn't play around the double Ravaging. There's a Feral Rage. Kind of scared he still has Deathwing though. We make trade, play Rag, or do we just go face play Rag? All right, go face. I don't really care what Rag does. I don't know what this guy has or doesn't have. I guess that he killing the 3/2 is better because now he can't make the trade, but Rag by himself is still good. So I guess splitting up the damage would have been the best thing. He has 6 damage. Hellscream would be 10, which puts us back at 3. Don't have Hellscream 2. You obviously have a dragon in your hand, so if you play a really powerful card, right, like what is this dragon? It could be a fairy dragon, I suppose. So we've been playing around a fairy dragon and not Deathwing. There's that trade, and then this thing's gonna go face. All right, so what can we draw? Nourish would be good. Nourish would give us some outs. So there's the fairy dragon. Okay, so we've been playing around a fucking fairy dragon. Savage Combatant's good. Oh boy, we're getting to the nitty gritty. Rag hit the 3/2. Oh fuck. This is scary. All of the cards in our hand are so situational. Mulch, you have to have a big creature. Innervate does us nothing, and then Moonfire, Malygos has been dead. It's been done dead. So we have 16, we have 8. So which means we could go face with everything and see what Rag does. Tharzan doesn't do anything. Fuck. This would be 13. It's not enough. If we hit this, we're gonna take the safe route, boys. Alright, don't have Deathwing. What if Mulch gave him the Deathwing? Oh my god. Oh my god! Azure Drake. Oh, that's not enough! That's not enough! That's not enough! Get fucked up. That is not enough. Hey, Lamau. We had a terrible, terrible starting hand, but it all worked out. I think, oh boy, shit, I hit this. I think hitting that Nourish into the ramp was the best play there, due to the fact that we just had all our big boys in our hand. We even drew into the Rag, which was our final big boy. So we literally had played every big boy we had. There was no big boys left. All big boys have been played. Let's take a look at this. I'm pretty sure. Malygos was played, Double Arcane Giant was played, the Curator wasn't played, Emperor Tharzan was played, and the Savage Combatant was played. So there was Barnes and Vandal left in our deck. Gee willikers. Alright, so we'll call it here. The new Tavern Brawl is out, and the the very expensive Tavern Brawl. Oh, is this the new one? Swap stories with the fellow shifters at the... Oh, what? It's not the fucking awesome one where it's like the Heroic Tavern Brawl. Dude, that is bullshit. They can't announce a Heroic Tavern Brawl, then the next Tavern Brawl not be the Heroic Tavern Brawl. You fucking little swindlers. Fucking hornswoggled the fuck out of me. Alright, so we'll call it here, and I'm gonna go be upset in a corner somewhere. So I'll see you guys later. I'm Rob, of course, of Warshack, if you want to call me by my in-game name, and happy whatever the hell day it is.